The look at that game. Look at that means look at the thing and look back at me. It's a two-part behavior chain. The look at that game can be used to stop leash reactivity or used when adding distractions to your training. Rules. The dog can't go towards the thing, eat the thing, or interact with the thing. Similar to a leave it. If the dog does try to go towards the thing, just put it behind your back and try again, or go back to an easier step. The thing should be everything. Things the dog wants. Example, food. Neutral things, items that your dog has no meaning. Example, stapler. Things he barks or pulls towards on walks, aka a trigger. Example, another dog. Preparation. Have treats and a clicker in one hand and the other hand is empty. Put both hands behind your back and have the dog in front of you. Step 1. Present the empty hand and click the dog for looking at it. Present the hand at different heights and on the floor. The thing at first is the empty hand.
Yes.
Step 2. Stick out your empty hand and wait 10 seconds for the dog to look back at you. Then click and treat for looking at you. Tip. If the dog doesn't look back to you, make a kissy noise to get the dog to look at you.
Yes. Yes.
Step 3. Add duration to looking at you. Now it's look at the thing and then look at me and stay looking at me.
Yes.
Step 4. Add the cue, look at that. Say look at that, then present the empty hand. Wait for the dog to look back at you and then click and treat.
What's that? Yes.
Step 5. Add things to the hand and vary the look at that thing. Start with step 1 for each new thing.
What's that? Yes.
Good dog. Ignore? Yes.
Wow. By that RV, I thought it was going to stay there.
Adding in the hand signal, pointing at the thing. This is so you can point out what you want the dog to look at and then stare at you.
Ignore? Yes. Ignore? Yes. Good dog.
You can even tell your dog look at that when he's already looking at the thing.
Ignore? Yes.
Advanced. Practice duration of looking back at you and while walking.
Ignore? Yes. Very good. Ignore? Yes. Very nice. Good boy. Ignore? Yes. Very nice. Good.
To use the look at that game for reactivity, first click and treat every time your dog sees the trigger. The trigger must be far enough away that your dog's not pulling or barking at it. It is important that your dog doesn't see the trigger too close and start to bark or pull, so stay away from the trigger while training. You may need to alter where you walk in the meantime. This can easily be accomplished by standing off the side of a trail and clicking and treating every time your dog sees his trigger. Once the dog can do this, move through steps 1 through 4 to look at that game at this far distance. Then move a tiny bit closer and work steps 1 through 4 to look at that game again. Repeat and continue until you can walk right past the trigger with your dog looking at you. Through this process of treating every time your dog sees his trigger, you'll create a positive association with the trigger in your dog's head. This will lead to your dog coming to like his triggers. On walks, a dog barks at another dog because he's afraid. He will learn to like seeing other dogs, and instead of barking, he will look to you. Your dog's triggers will turn into cues to look at you. If your dog sees a trigger and you don't, he will just stare at you.